Good morning, everyone. Brooke here. We're going to do a Monday morning 45-minute Pilates routine. Equipment I'm going to throw in today, a softball and a long resistance band. If you have those at home, go ahead and grab them. And if you don't have them and need to know where you can get them, just send a message either on Instagram or here on the YouTube channel. I can help you get the equipment if you need it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started standing up. So just do our quick posture check. So feet are parallel, hip width apart, toes and heels in a line. We're just going to rock forward and back from the balls of the feet to your heels. Start drawing in the abdominals and reaching through the crown of your head. Now I'm going to reach your arms up overhead, breathe in. And then as you breathe out, just float up onto your toes. Just trying to find your balance and taking your shoulders down your back, or your shoulder blades drop down your back. And reach your arms out to the side as you lower your heels down. Drop your chin to your chest. Start lifting your abdominals as you drop your head and your shoulders forward over the legs. So we're stretching into the backs of the legs, but drawing the abdominals in. Now, as you hang here for a moment, I just want you to nod the head. Relax the back of the neck, shake the head side to side. And then sway your arms left and right. So let your hips kind of swing in opposition to the arms. So loosen up your lower back. And then breathe in, come back to center point. Bend your knees and get your hands down on the mat. Start walking forward, breathing out as you come forward. Good. The head, slide the shoulders down away from the ears. Now we're going to breathe in, lower the knees down to the mat, and exhale, lift them back up. Inhale, lower the knees down. Exhale, lift. Two more like that. Try to keep hips in line with your shoulders. We don't want the hips drop. Just pull the knees forward. Hold the last one out. Curl your elbows in towards each other. Bend your elbows and come into a half push-up. Breathe out, press the mat away. Again, roll the elbows in. Now feel free to drop to your knees into a mod and doing a full push-up and then sagging your hips down or piping them up. Stay there for 4 and 3. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. Last 2 and 1. Now lift your hips all the way up. Press into your heels. Arch your back and then walk your hands back to your feet. Tuck your chin, round your spine, roll yourself all the way up. Shoulders and head come up last. And then again, breathe in, reach your arms overhead. Breathe out, float up onto your toes. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. And reach your arms out to your side as you lower your heels down. And we're going to take the hands behind you and lift your arms, lift your chest, look up to the ceiling. And then breathe out, hinge yourself forward. Straight legs, straight back. Let the arms drop away from the body. And then take the hands back down to your mat. Now I want you to bend your right knee and keep your left leg straight. Really try to lengthen from the heel right up to the top of that sit bone. And then change it. Bend the left knee. Keep the right leg straight again. Pressing the heel down. Lengthening through the sit bone at the top of the leg. Switch legs. Right knee bend. Left leg straight. And then one more time, bend the left knee, keep the right leg straight. And then bend both knees, get your hands down to the mat. Walk forward, breathe out as you come forward. And then we're gonna lift your kind of just lift one hand up, turning into a side plank. So your shoulder is right over your standing hand. And lift that arm up to there, really lift the hips high. Breathe in, drop the hips low. Come back to your center line. And then back into your planks. Do a quick alignment check, ears, shoulders, hips all in the line. Then change it. Other side. Reach the arm up to the ceiling, hips high. Breathe in, drop the hips low. And then come back to your center line, back into your plank. Again, each time you come back into that plank, just do a quick check that nothing's kind of lifting or drooping. Switch to your side plank. Lift the hips up. Drop them down. Back to your side, middle point. And change. Last one. Lift the hips up. Hand down along your chest as you drop the hips low. Back to your midline. And back into your plank. Now lift the hips all the way up. Press into your heels. And walk your hands back to your feet. Bend the knees, chin to chest, round the spine, and roll back up to standing. Okay, once you're there, we're just going to kind of roll the shoulders back a couple of times and forwards. Then turn your palms out. Reach your arms in front of you. Try to get the backs of the hands close together, leading with your pinkies. And really reach the arms all the way behind you. When the hands come back down to your sides, again, we rotate them out. Lead with your thumbs as you reach the arms back, up over your head. Lengthen through the fingertips. And then come all the way down, hands back to your sides. One last preparation, chin to chest, follow, scoop the abdominals up and away around the spine, roll over your legs, bend the knees, hands to the mat, breathing out, walk forward. Good. And we're gonna lift the right leg up, really reach that toe, drop the right knee under the body, opposite elbow. Inhale, lift, put a press into the heel of the foot that's on the mat. Keep your standing leg straight, lift and lower. Last one, reach the toe high, get that lovely stretch, and drop the knee under the body. Come back into your plank, change legs. Left leg goes up, and try to press into the heel of the right foot, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, and really try to get that toe high up to the ceiling. Stretch the legs like you're doing the splits on the wall behind you. Last one, lift, and hold the knee against the elbow as you lower for 3, 2, 1. Back to your plank. Drop your knees and sit back onto your heels, stretching everything out. Okay, just take your hands back, come back up, sitting onto your heels. I'm going to flip over onto your back. We're going to start with our 100. So I want you to grab your ball. Lie back onto your back. Place the ball between your ankles. Knees above your hips. Skip the ball. A little bit of a squeeze. And as you pull those ankles and knees together, really try to pull the sides of the waist together. Really stitch together that line that separates your abdominals. Drawing your belly button in. Really squeeze your sit bones together. Lifting the perineum, the pelvic floor. Lift your head. Lift your shoulders. Reach your arms out in front of you. Stretch your legs and pump the arms. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. So we breathe in through the nose. Little puffs as you breathe out through the mouth. Breathe in. So really try to keep the legs long and straight. Breathe, squeezing the ball. 2, 3, 4. 4 more breaths. In. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. 2 more. Breathing in. Last one. Breathe, 2, 3, 4, good. Drop your shoulders back, pull your knees into your chest. Let you take the ball away, pass the ball to your hands, and then reach your arms and legs long. So just stretching from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Take a big breath in, and then as you breathe out, lift the hands, lift the head, peel your spine up. Try to keep the feet down, and then stretch forward. Breathe in, straighten up the back. And breathe out around the spine, point the toes, gather the belly in, round as you roll all the way back down to the mat. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Squeeze the ball, hands, head, spine, heels up off the mat. Stretch forward. Straighten the back, shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to add a little variation. So now come halfway back and hold. I want you to lift the ball up to the ears, the arms overhead. Inhale down, exhale, lift. And we're going to go down 1 more inch and continue to lift that ball over your head. Keep the feet anchored to the mat. 2 more. Breathing out as you lift, in as you lower. Last one. As you lower the arms down, pass the ball to your left hand and open that arm out. Stretch the limbs long. Inhale, come back to the center. Pass the ball to the right arm. Look over the shoulders. Stretch the arms to the back corner of the mat. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center, and then roll yourself the rest of the way down once the hand is back in both hands. As the ball is back in both hands. Now I'm going to pop the ball to the side. Again, stretch from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. Take a deep breath in, lengthening as you inhale, and then as you exhale, we're going to lift the hands, lift the head, round the spine, and stretch forward. Now, as you inhale and straighten out the back, I want you to take your hands along your side and lift your hips up, coming into a reverse plank. Now, inhale, lower your hips back down to the mat and reach forward. And now we exhale as we roll down to the mat. Inhale to hold. Exhale as you roll up. Again, we're going to add that reverse plank after we do our first roll up. So we stretch. Lift and straighten the spine, hands along your sides, and then lift the hips up. Look to the wall behind you, squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, slowly lower the hips down to the mat. Reach forward. Breathe in to realign the spine, and then breathe out as you come back down to the mat. Let's try that one last time. Inhale to lengthen, reaching your arms behind you. Exhale to strengthen, hands to the spine, engaging your abdominals to roll up. Inhale, stretch forward. And then exhale, hands along your sides, lift the hips high, body like a plank. Inhale, lower the hips down. Exhale, reach forward. Breathe in to align. And then breathe out to roll yourself back down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Good, and then just wrap your hands around your knees, hug your knees into your chest, and rock side to side. Good. Now, with the next, we're going to do a crisscross variation. So I want you to take your hands behind your head, open your elbows wide, lift your knees up to tabletop position. So knees above the hips, come into a neutral spine, so a little space under your lower back, ribs to hips. We're going to lift the head and shoulders up. Now we're going to cross the elbow across the body to the opposite knee. Now we're going to start with our classic crisscross, elbow to opposite knee, keeping one leg straight, the other knee bent. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and now we're going to add a little change. We're going to reach the arm across and almost twist a little further. Press the back of that arm into the knee to twist the shoulders more. And then again, reach out to the corner of the room, add a little twist. Inhale, change. Exhale, press the back of the arm into the knee. To just reach into the corners of the room. So adding an extended arm just makes you twist the shoulders a little bit more. Really squeeze the obliques. Stay here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop the shoulders, keep your knees in tabletop, take a breath. I'm going to do a set where we do 8 to one side, we 8 to the other side, and then we add one last variation with the legs down and up. I'll show you at the end. So hands behind the head, lift the shoulders up, reach your right arm across your left knee, and then inhale back. Keep the shape of legs, just reach. Hand behind the head, reach that right arm to the left corner of the room and back. Stay there for 5, and 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to change sides and change. 8 and 7. Left arm to the right corner. Lift that left shoulder high up off mat. Get the arm to the outside of your right knee. Last 4. Feel the obliques working. 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in. Take the shoulders back to our tabletop. Just kind of an active recovery here for a moment. Now we're going to keep the hands behind the head, but we're going to move your legs down. We're going to lift the head and shoulders. Cross the right elbow to your left knee, and then lower the shaped legs. Hinge at the hips. Inhale down. Exhale. Now if you need to modify that, just lower the leg, not the knee. Go 2 more. Breathing out. And in. Last 1. Breathe out. And in. Change sides. Elbow to opposite knee. Hinge at the hips. Take the legs down. And up. Again, remember your modification is just to drop the leg, but keep the knee to the elbow. 2 more. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last 1. Breathing in. And out. We're going to change again. Elbows wide. We're going to connect elbow to knee 4 times down and up. Breathe in and out. Try to keep the elbows wide. Last 2. Really squeeze the obliques. Last 1. Change. And if you can, last 4. And lift. 3. Lift. If you need to make it smaller, you can also just come halfway down. But if you want it big, go all the way down and up. And then take the shoulders back. Hug your knees into your chest. Circle your knees around to loosen up your lower back a little bit. Good. Okay, let's take the toes up to the ceiling and stretch the backs of your legs for a moment. Just flex your feet, point your toes, keep your head and shoulders down, flex, and point, flex. And as you point the toes, we're going to keep the toes pointed. We're going to lift the head and shoulders up off the mat. Hold the back of the right leg, drop your left leg down. Try to get that lower leg close to the floor with the top leg close into your chest. Inhale, change. First one we hold, just really getting the legs straight, trying to get that lower leg close to the mat without touching. Now speed it up. 8, 7, 6, shoulders away from the ears, chin to chest. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the shoulders, pull the knees in. Now we're going to do a variation where you kind of wrap your hands around the backs of your legs and touch your fingertips together. So we're going to lift the toes up, lift the head and shoulders up, and I'm going to just touch your fingers like you're clapping behind your leg. But try not to let your hands touch the leg at all. So just kind of wrapping through, keeping the legs straight. Stay here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop the head, hug your knees in, take a breath. So final variation, this is going to give that head a little bit of support and add one more torso twist. Again, working a little bit more into the obliques at the sides of the waist. So hands behind head, elbows wide, toes up to the ceiling, head and shoulders up off the mat. Slower this time as you lift the right shoulder towards the left leg and switch. Inhale, change, exhale, hold. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop the shoulders, draw your knees in, circle the knees around, and breathe. Good. Okay, wrap the hands back to back the knees, chin to chest, roll up to sitting, and I'm going to flip over to all fours. And grab your ball, and we're going to place the ball under your left knee. So the ball is going to make that standing leg and your upper body work quite a lot harder as we work into our right leg, which is going to be our moving leg. So extend that right leg back, draw the belly button up and away, really press the mat away, and we start lengthening through the heel as you lift the leg up, foot flexed. So really reaching from the heel to your sit bone. Again, long, strong leg. Stay there for 6 and 5. Try to press into your fingertips so the shoulders away from the ears. Last 3, 2, and 1. So it comes down to the mat. Now we tap up and over, up and back. Again, a long straight leg, no bend in the knee. Feel the obliques working again. We've got a bit of an oblique focus today, sides of the waist, to stabilize as that leg sweeps out to the side. Stay here 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Foot comes back to that center line of the mat. Draw the belly button up and away. Slide the shoulders down. Bend the knees, sole the foot points up to the ceiling. Keep your knee high. Pull your heel in close. Pulse up. Big lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now point the toe. Breathe in. Lower the knee down to the mat. Breathe out. Lift the toe back up to the ceiling. So big full range of motion. Inhale all the way down. Knees come close together. Exhale. Reach the toe up to the ceiling. 5 more. Inhale and exhale. And 4. Lift. Last 3. Try to get the knee in line with the hip as that toe goes up to the ceiling. And 1. Lift. And then we're going to lower the knee down. Stretch the leg out. Point the toe. Again, core strong. Shoulders away from the ears. And sweep the end of the mat and circle the foot around. Sweep. Stay there for 6. And 5. Last 4. Long straight leg. Stabilize your standing leg. 2 and back. Last 1 and back. And we're just going to drag your knee in as you drop your chin to your chest into a bit of a cat stretch. And then we're going to change sides. So take the ball out from under your left knee. So circle your shoulders, circle your wrists. Just kind of release any tension out to that first side before we then change. Now the ball's going to come under your right knee. We need to tuck the toes under. You need to get the hands directly beneath the shoulders and stretch your left leg up. Flexed foot, reach your heel, draw the belly button in, lift the leg and lower. Up and down. Stay there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bend the knees, sole the foot up to the ceiling, draw the ribs up and away, pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knee down to the mat. Breathe out, lift the toe back up to the ceiling. Inhale, lower. Should kind of slide right along the side of that ball. Inhale and exhale. 4 more. And lift. 3, keep your rib to hip connection. So don't arch into your lower back as that toe goes up to the ceiling. Last 1. And then you lower the leg down. Stretch the leg out, flex your foot. And tap the foot up and over, up and back, out and in. Strong upper body. Really press the mat away, slightly pulling your hands apart. Stay here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Foot comes back to the midline. Point the toe. Again, gather the belly button up and away. Now we sweep the end of the mat and circle. Sweep and circle. Try to stabilize the right leg on your ball. Make sure there's no movement through the arms. Isolate the movement to that leg. Get the friction between that and your toe. Last 3, 2, And one. Back to the line, drop your chin round your spine as you drag the knee into your chest. And drop the knee back down. Take the ball away. Touch your toes together, open your knees out, and sit back onto your heels. Let your ribcage flat down between your knees. Big breath. Exhale, let it go. And then drag your hands back. Sit back onto your heels. Take the hands to the floor behind you. Lift your hips high and look to the wall behind. Now, if you feel any pain through your knees or have any knee issues, don't force this one. But if you can, maybe take the knees even a little bit wider and then lift the hips high. Look to that wall behind. And then drop the hips low, bending your elbows, just getting that nice quad and hip flexor stretch. And now take your knees back together. Again, shake everything out. And we're gonna flip back onto your back. And again, feel free to grab some water as we change positions. Now we're gonna grab the ball. And I want you to place the ball between your ankles as we start. And we're gonna come back onto the elbows. So elbows are right beneath your shoulders. Really lift up out of the shoulders, scoop the abdominals in. We're gonna stretch your legs out. Scoop the up and hollow the abdominals. Inhale, bend the knees. Extend the legs. Bend the knees. Now we're gonna add a little twist. We're gonna extend the legs and roll the right leg over the left. Squeeze that ball between your ankles. Inhale, the legs down. Now make it lighter. Just don't come as low, or maybe slightly soften the knees and just tap the toe and lift. One more. So this is more advanced. Or you can just come halfway or knees bent. Now, pull the knees back into your chest. Just kind of unroll the ball. Make sure you're lifting it by the shoulders. Stretch your legs long. Squeeze the ball tight and then roll the left leg over the right. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in and out. Two more. Long, straight legs. And lift. Last one. Lift and hold. And then pull the knees into your chest. Now we're going to come up to sitting, and I want you to hold the backs of your knees, elbows wide, scoop the core in, and stretch your toes up to the ceiling. Bend the knees. Two more like that. Just extend the legs and bend. Extend. Now with the next one, we're going to try to lift the arms as well as the legs. And bend. Chest close to the knees. Last two, lift and lower. One more, reach. And hold. Now make sure there's enough mat still behind you. You're going to roll back to your shoulders. And then up, find your balance, and stretch the arms and legs. Hands behind the knees, scoop the core around the spine, roll back to your shoulders, up to your balance, freeze and hold, and then extend. Inhale, fold the back of the knees, roll back like a ball. Find your balance, stretch the arms and legs. Last one, hands behind the knees, back to your shoulders, up to your balance. Stretch, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your feet down. Reach over your legs. Hold the backs of your feet or your ankles, wherever you can reach. Yeah. Okay, place the ball to the side. Pick up your band and we're going to come up to standing. We're going to do some upper body exercises, which also work in our legs as well. So, stand on the middle of your band with both feet together. So I'm going to start with our level one, the one that we often do in class, and then I'm going to add an optional extra challenge variation. So bend into your knees, hips to the back wall, shoulder blades together, draw the belly button in. We reach the arms out into a wide V, out to the corners of your room. Lift and lower. So the glutes are working, the core is working, but the focus is your shoulders and your upper back. Last two. Now our optional challenge. I want you to take your right foot and step it back. Keep your left knee soft and lift the leg as you lift the arms. Lift and lower. So you'll find that your standing leg is working much harder. Your lifting leg is working and your core is working a little harder to hold that balance. Let's aim for 3, 2, hold the last one and just stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back. We're going to switch the legs. So just kind of slot your right foot in, step your left leg back, keep the right knee bent, Left leg is straight, your back leg is straight, and then lift the arms as you lift the leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And lower. Stay there for 6. And 5. Now I'm using quite a light band. I wouldn't challenge yourself too much with the upper body when we're doing the leg as well. So if you maybe give yourself a bit more length, or even drop the band entirely. Hold the last one. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the foot back on to the band. Roll your shoulders back. Just kind of stretch out before we do our next variation. Good. So the next one, focusing on our triceps. I want you to turn your palms so your pinkies are pointing up to the ceiling, and then wrap your hands together by your sides. Now again, we're going to start with our level 1, and if you want to continue with the level 1, that's great. That's absolutely fine. Just do like 3 sets of the same. Hands by the sides of the hips, shoulder blades together, nice long neck, lift and lower. Arms straight. Stay there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now we're going to add our little extra if you want it. Step your right leg back, left knee is straight, lift and lower, up and down. Stay to 6, 5, try to slow it down. 4, 3, 2, hold the last one. Now bend and extend your elbows. Upper arms stay parallel to the floor, elbows above and behind the line of the spine. The leg just stay still. Stay there for 4 and 3. Last 2. And hold the last one. Pull the arms as you lift the leg, and then breathe in. Come back to standing. Now we're going to do the other side. Left foot steps back. Soften your right knee, your standing leg. Hands back along your sides, shoulder blades together. We're going to lift the arms, lift the leg, and lower. Lift and lower. Stay there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Now we keep that leg up as you bend and extend for 8, 7. Shoulders away from the ears, core strong. Last 5, 4, 3. Find a focal point to help with the balance. Last one. We just hold and then lower the foot down. Both feet into it. I'm just going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to lift the shoulders up to the ears and then breathe out. Just let them drop down. You're going to lift and release. One more. And let go. Let's drop your band. Lift your right arm up. Bend your elbow. So lifting ribs to hips. And then try to get the fingertips together behind your back. Just getting that little bind. Good. And then dropping the tailbone. Come up onto your toes. And then lower the heels. Release the hands. Pull your left elbow and chin up. Fingertips together behind your back. Add your little wriggle, ribs to hips, chin up, and then up into your balance. And then lower it all the way back down. Good. Okay. Now grab your ball, and we're just gonna really focus more on the legs. There's gonna be a little bit of upper body going on, but not as much balancing as the last one. So feet wider than hip width apart, toes turned out, shoulders back. And we just squeeze your ball and really try to get the knees over those toes. Open your knees out wide. Breathe in, stretch the legs, breathe out, bend the knees. So a little bit of a squeeze on the ball. That's all we're doing with the upper body. So here for 6, 5. Try to get the thighs almost to parallel with the floor. 3, 2. Hold the next one down, pulse low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach the ball out in front. Pull your shoulders back. Lift one heel up. Breathe in. Stretch the legs. Bend the knees. Keep going. So I'm just going to show side on. So you can see that the ears, shoulders, ribs, and hips are all stacked. Tailbone dropping down towards the floor. Stay there for 4. Knees wide. 3, 2. Hold it down. Pulse low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop your right heel, lift your left, arms overhead. Breathe in, stretch, and bend. Think high to low. Squeeze the ball. Stay there for 4. Rib to hip connection, core tight. 3. Last 2. Hold it down, pulse low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you lower the heel and drop your ball. Maybe take your feet slightly closer together And then we're gonna take this right leg and step it behind your left. And then up to the side. So step back and out. And back and out. For 4 and 3. So that standing leg just stays straight. Last 2. And we hold the next one. Pulse down. 8, 7, 6, 5. So this should be burning into these quads. 3, 2, and 1. Step your right foot wide, shoulders back. And then we're gonna go left leg behind the right. Step back and out. In and out. For 6 and 5. Try to stay deep into your squat. 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Pulse down. 8, 7. Knees turn out wide, diamond shape between the legs. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. And stretch your legs out. And then balance on your left foot. Take the right foot behind your knees together. Push your hips forward. Really getting that stretch to the quad. Hand over your head. And then change legs. Right foot on the mat. Left foot in your hand, hips forward, knees together. Lift the right arm up. And down. Good. Okay. Come back down to your mat. I'm going to be quite happy to sit for a moment, and I want you to sit with your legs crossed. Pick your band again, and sit on the middle of your band. Now you lay the band out in front of you, and we're going to start holding it quite short, really close to your hips. Roll your knuckles up, pull your elbows slightly to the front of your rib cage, and reach the arms out to the corners of the room. Think nice long spine. Breathe out as you reach. Breathe in as you tuck. Let's stay there for 8 and 7, 6, 5 and 4, 3, 2. Focus here is your biceps. Hold the next one. Pulse it up double time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And try to sit tall. Keep the core tight. Last 8, 7, 6, 5. Let's go one more set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pull your elbows in. Take the hands in front of you. Give yourself a little more length, and then lift the arms up overhead. Inhale, lower, then back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So try to draw the belly button and grow the spine a little longer. Each time you lift up, stay there for 6 and 5. Keep your head right above your shoulders. Don't let the head kind of push forward. 3, 2. Hold the last one up. Reach the arms out to your sides, and then little circles back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Just a little taller. Reverse your circle. 2 sets of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the arms drop down. Just roll out any tension through the shoulders. Take your right hand across your body to the left knee and press the pinky to the outside of that knee as you twist your spine. Breathe in, grow an inch taller. Breathe out, twist a little further. Then inhale, take the shoulders back to the front. Take your left pinky across the right knee. Other arm reaches behind. Breathe in, grow a little taller. And then breathe out, twist a little further. Then breathe in, come back to your starting point. Okay, take your band out from underneath you and fold it in 2. And we're gonna need the ball as well. We're gonna come back to our abdominals. Ball goes between your knees. Feet, knees, and hips are in a line. So your feet are about hip distance apart. Band double in your hands in front of you. Squeeze your ball tight. Gather your belly button and round your spine and roll yourself back until your band is just above your knees. Now we're going to stretch your band as you lower. Inhale, lift. Stretch the band, gather the belly button, and inhale, lift. Stay there for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Breathe out. Lift the arms up. Breathe in, lower them back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last one, we're gonna lift and hold. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back to the knees and stretch out your back. As you exhale, next time we're gonna come back into your C curve, tilt the pelvis, scoop the abdominals around the spine. You've got an option to advance by coming up onto your toes, lifting your heels up. Turn your shoulders to the left corner of the room, band parallels core. Pull the band as you go down. Inhale, lift back up. Stretch and lift. Tuck and lift. Stay there for 5. A little bit of a squeeze on the ball. 4, 3. Last 2. Hold the last one. Now twist to your left. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the hands back to the knees. Straighten up your back. Big lift and lengthen. And then the last set, again, we tilt the pelvis, gather the belly and around your spine. Option to float up onto those toes. Turn to the right corner of the room. Make sure your band is parallel to the floor. Your shoulders are facing the band. Now stretch the band as you go down. Inhale, lift back up. Tuck and lift. Stay there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the last one. Little twist to the right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the hands back to the knees and stretch everything out. Good. Now just lay that band across your hips and we're going to roll all the way back down. Now if you have a light band, you may want to keep it double. If you have a heavier band, just do a single. So the band is over the hips like a low belt. And we're going to keep the feet flat. Feet should be directly beneath your knees. Now we just squeeze the ball, squeeze the glutes, lift your hips up, narrow the waist, inhale, lower, back down. Exhale, lift. Squeeze the ball, squeeze the glutes, narrow the waist, inhale, lower. Sit it for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, and then hold the next one up. Relax your shoulders a little bit away from yours and little pulse at the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in, lower the hips down. And second set, I want you to come up onto your toes. Just relax the shoulders. Feel free to adjust the band. Now this one's a little light, so I'm going to go double. Now you lift and lower. Up and down. Stay there for 6. Try to keep the backs of the arms on the floor. 5. Last 4. 3. 2. Hold the last one up. Little squeeze at the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. I'm going to lift that band up to the ceiling. Lift your hips higher, narrow your waist, and stretch your band. Elbows down to the mat. Inhale, lift. Stretch the band and lift. So there's 6, 5. Keep squeezing the ball between the knees. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach the band up to the ceiling and then hands to the floor behind you. Lift the hips even higher. Squeeze your ball tighter and melt your spine down. Rib cage down first. Middle back second. Lower back. One vertebra at a time until your hip bones and tailbone come down. We drop the heels and take your hands back to your sides. Now I'm going to take all the equipment and just pop it to the side and roll yourself onto one side. Extend your arm, extend your legs. Take your top shoulder and just roll it back. Take your hand, touch just below the belly button to check that your hips are stacked and your belly button's pulled in. Now lift both legs up, keep the legs together. Inhale, lower them down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's take this hand and just help you stabilize. There's no daylight between the legs. Completely zip tight. Stay there for 3, 2. Hold the next one. Now we need to take that top leg and lift it high to low. Keep your lower leg hovering up off the mat. Keep your shoulder away from the ear. Stay there for 4, 3. Really lengthen as you lift. Last 2. And 1. As the leg comes down, we're going to flex your feet. Keep your feet slightly apart. I'm going to do a bicycle pedal with that top leg. Make sure the knee stays in line with your hip and your ankle. Stay there for 4. Stabilize the core. We can use that arm also to help you to stabilize. Nothing else should move except for that top leg. Last one. Now we'll reverse it. We go 6, 5, 4, 3. Big movements. Last 2 and 1. Now lift the hand, point your toes, gather the belly button in small circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse your circle. 6 the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then last variation, both legs reaching to the edges of the mat. No movement through the ribs, no movement through the pelvis. So the way to modify this is just make it a little smaller, a little slower. And once you have that control, you add a little bit more speed, a little bit more, like just making it a bit bigger. 3, 2, 1. Legs come back together and drop the feet down to the mat. Drop your knee forward. Take the hand from the head to the knee, and the other arm reaches out behind you. Just try to trace that finger along the floor as you circle your arm all the way around the body, looking over the shoulder, pushing everything out of the hand comes in front of you. Reverse your circles. Do another circle or 2 the opposite direction. Good. And then take your knees back together and flip yourself over to the other side. Arms down, legs, shoulders back. Hands to the lower abdominals. We start with both legs up, both legs down, pointing the toes, squeezing the inner thighs together, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, keep the neck nice and long. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, hold, flex the feet, lift the top leg, 8, and 7. Lower leg stays hovering up off the mat, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep the core tight, last 2, hold the last one, a little pulse at the top, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now foot in line with the hips, circle, bicycle pedal with that top leg for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift both legs a little bit higher, reverse your circle, 6 the other way, and 5. Ankle, knee, and hip, perfect alignment. Last 2, core control to stabilize the pelvis in your spine. As you move the leg, hold the last one. Take your hand up to the ceiling, point the toes, small circles with your top leg. Lower leg stays hovering off the mat. Stay there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And reverse, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then sweep the legs to the corners of the mat and back. Forward and back. Again, core holding you like a vice. Lower abdominals, lower back. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs come back together and drop the feet down. Top knee comes forward. Hold it. And the other arm sweeps all the way around. Over the shoulder, reaching the hand to the floor behind you. From the trace one finger all the way along the floor. And then reverse your circles, go 2 times the other way. And that's 1. Roll yourself over onto your front. And we're going to stack your hands one on top of the other. Draw your heels together. Your toes are turned out. So squeeze glutes, squeeze the under thighs. Lift the weight of the belly up away from the mat. Forehead on the hands, and then lift the chest, lift the legs, and lower. Lift and lower. Stay there for 6 and 5. Reach from the top of the head to the tips of the toes, shoulders away from the ears. Last 3, 2. Hold the last one up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then lower down. Reach your arms out to the corners and take your feet wide out to the corners of your mat. Lift your right arm and left leg, and then switch. Chest stays high, just switching the opposite arm and leg. Stay there for 8, 7, 6. Keep the core strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Take a deep breath in. And with your exhale, lift all 4 limbs up into a Superman pose and add a quick flutter like an Aquaman. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let everything come down to the mat. Hands under your shoulders. Push the mat away. Toes together behind you. Sit back onto your heels. Stretch out your back. And breathe. Good. Flip onto your back. Grab your band. You're going to wrap the band around your right foot. Left leg is long along your mat, not bent at all. So if you back that left knee down, I'm going to do a big circle with this right leg. Trying to keep the pelvis still as you circle the leg around. Out to the corners, across the body. Last one. And then 4 big circles the other way. Out to the sides. We get the inner thigh and the outer thigh, as well as the hamstring stretch, just full hip mobility. Last one. And then finish that leg just pulling into the body. Switch feet in the band. So your right leg is long, left leg is straight, left leg is up. And again, we start with those big circles. Trying to get every corner of that circle. Trying to keep the pelvis still. Use your hand to help you control it. The hand on the band, reverse. 4 the other way. 3, 2, and 1. And just pull that leg in for the last one. Cross your ankle over the opposite knee. You can drop your band. So we've got my left ankle on my right knee. Hands on the back of the right thigh. Pull the knee in. Try to roll the pelvis forward. Just giving that hip stretch. And then just quickly change to the other side. Right ankle over the left knee. Hands around the back of your left thigh. And breathe. And then just pull your knees into your chest or your chin to your chest. Roll yourself up to sitting. Cross your feet and spin yourself over to all 4s. Shoulders down away from the ears. Hover your knees just above the mat. Scoop the abdominals in and then lift the hips all the way up. Press into your heels. Breathe. And then step your hands back towards your feet. Hang over your legs. Nod your head yes. Shake the head no. Soften the knees, round the spine, roll yourself slowly up, articulating every joint until you come back into a perfect straight back, perfect posture. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, reach your fingertips as you come up onto your toes. And then inhale, reach your arms out to the sides and just swing the arms and bend the knees. Good. Well done, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do give us some feedback, send us messages, keep in touch, and we're back again tomorrow morning. Take care. Bye.